What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, another interesting video for you here on the channel. Today is Elimination Chamber predictions. Now, I know this is super far away if I'm doing the math right. We are in the middle of November. It happens. Oh, what was the day they announced? End of February, March? I'm gonna look that up, right? I will find out in 3. Ooh, I shouldn't have said 3. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, February 28th. So I think we are, if my math does correct me, like 4 months away, 4.5 months away. I don't know. I don't think that's correct math. It's more like 3.5, 4 months. So who will win the 2026 Elimination Chamber? I love doing my predictions for Royal Rumble, super far ahead, my WrestleMania, my SummerSlam, yada, yada, yada. So what, all the fun things. So why not do Elimination Chamber? Today, we're starting off with the women's side of things. And in each video for women's and men's, I'm going to only have 6 people to talk about because like Elimination Chamber, only 6 people are in it. They could throw us on a loop and actually do nobody for... I just realized it says February 28th, 2026 right in that logo. I was not looking. My God. Anyways, today we're doing who will win. Let's get started. We're going to start off with the long shots for each of the videos. If you've been a fan of this video, we have 2 different tiers. Today is a tier 3 type of video. So we have a tier 3. I would basically say whoever's in that tier, you can move around a little bit, but that's where I would put them. So on and so forth. You get the idea. So starting off on this list, I think we have 2 long shots, 2 dark horses, 2 favorites. Alexa Bliss. Now here's the thing. I struggled to find the women's Elimination Chamber. And here's the thing you're going to notice. A lot of these could be Royal Rumble winners because obviously if they can win the Royal Rumble, then they probably win an Elimination Chamber. I like to think that Alexa Bliss has a decent chance. But to be honest with you, I just don't see it as much. And I think there's probably a better chance that she just has a regular feud entering WrestleMania. Now, maybe that's not the case, but I, for now, am going to say Alexa Bliss. It's harder to see, but I could see it if she goes down the route against a Jade Cargill as a babyface, if she enters a triple threat in some way, if there's a multi-woman match, whatever it could be, I could see her winning the Elimination Chamber. It still is Alexa Bliss, and Alexa Bliss is so over, but maybe she's going to be a heel, so maybe it's a heel Alexa Bliss against a Stephanie Vaquer. I'd be interested in that. So just want to mention. I debated putting her onto tier 2, but to be honest with you, it's hard for me to see her going against anybody at all. If it isn't a, what is it called? If it isn't a Alexa Bliss type match or with Alexa Bliss. I feel like for Flair and Bliss, it's either they're going to be together in a tag match or it's going to be those two going against each other. I think that's where I'm at right now. But let's say Bianca's not available. Like they can't go the Bianca route. Let's say they want to do something else with Stephanie Vaquer. Charlotte Flair is a perfect matchup for both of them. I don't think perfect as a sense of like maybe matchup on matchup, but I mean like having a vet go against a young up-and-comer, you could really use Flair. I know they did that with Tiffany Stratton last year, but I think using the babyface Flair going against a heel Jade Cargill would be really good. I also believe that could be the potential Mania match or just a potential match in the future that they're probably going to try and do. My only thing with this is that for Charlotte Flair at least, it's hard for me to say she will win the Elimination Chamber being someone that won Royal Rumble last year. It's just a little bit difficult to say that, but still could happen. Starting off with the dark horses, we have Rhea Ripley. I think Rhea Ripley is someone that's going to be hard for me to say is going to have a big Mania match, but it's Rhea Ripley at the end of the day. To me, it feels like Rhea Ripley should go the route of having the tag titles or winning the tag titles at Mania with Io Sky. I think that's the route they go, or they have a match between the two. I think they go that route in Mania. They connect her and Io Sky. I don't want to see another triple threat. I know, to be honest with you, it'll be a banger, but there's going to be some fatigue there. There's going to be a little bit of fatigue, and I think that's the only reason why I don't want to see the triple threat, but I still think it will be a great match. I think 2 matchups that they are definitely hinting at or wanting to do for the future is Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch, or not, I said Becky Lynch, Stephanie Vaquer, or I was thinking about past Manias with Rhea Ripley, or, and I really think this is like a future WrestleMania or at least a future feud that's going to happen, Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. I think right now, if Jade Cargill doesn't have a Bianca Belair to go against her, her opponent that I want to see at Mania is a Rhea Ripley. And you want to be honest, I think an Io Sky would be really good to go against a Jade Cargill. I think her, Rhea, and maybe Jade in a triple threat could really work out well, because I think they want to show Jade's possible power moves, but they would need a high flyer is the only thing that I feel like would really work off with Io Sky. So I kind of wanted to put Io Sky over Alexa Bliss, but I chose Alexa Bliss because I think it'll be a little bit new. Maybe I should have chose Alexa Bliss. I meant Io Sky. But yes, Rhea Ripley, I really do believe Jade and Rhea make total sense to happen. And if you want to take Rhea off of whatever she's doing with the World Championship and you go a different route, it works. I really do believe that. Maybe, and I really do mean this, maybe there's a storyline where it's like her and Io Sky have to separate, have to go their separate ways. Rhea goes to SmackDown and she goes after Jade Cargill. I mean, if they don't do Bianca Belair. So, just a thought. I feel like Becky Lynch, without the IC title, I need to say, makes total sense to win an Elimination Chamber. The thing is, she won entering WrestleMania 40, so I guess that's 2 years now, yeah, because that's the Perth one. I feel like a Becky Lynch as a heel makes sense to go against Stephanie. It just makes total sense. I thought they would use her with the vision to be in a way where it's like, get her a spot in, and she didn't win an Elimination Chamber. But I want to mention her because she did probably the best heel work right now as a champion, and giving the best heel probably the best prize in the world title kind of makes sense. I think Becky Lynch going against Stephanie McCare is also a really great matchup that I would want to see. Becky Lynch is still at the top of her game, in my opinion. So I do believe there's a chance they do this. I just think that I'd be fine with a one-on-one, but I think they'll go a different way. Now let's start with my favorites, because to be honest with you, the favorites are going to mesh in with the Royal Rumble, because obviously if they don't win the Royal Rumble, then I'm going to book them for Elimination Chamber. Liv Morgan came up second last year when it was 2024. Where did she end up? I think she was second as well, because Becky Lynch, didn't she pin Liv Morgan, or did she pin somebody else? I think she pinned Liv Morgan. And then I'm trying to think I think that was the U.S. title, if I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Anyways, Liv Morgan, though, she's one of my favorites. I really do believe she's going to win the Royal Rumble, to be honest with you. I don't think she's going to go for the Elimination Chamber. But I have some things that I'm now starting to switch on in my brain and switch on about how are they going to go about this way. And I'm going to be honest. Liv Morgan winning the Elimination Chamber it's kind of what I'm now thinking is going to happen. I truthfully do, because I think it doesn't make sense. It does make sense, but I don't think they will go this route. So something you have to consider is the winners from last year. Obviously when Cody Rhodes won his Royal Rumble and then run back-to-back Royal Rumbles, it was pretty big. And obviously it made that he was going to beat Roman Reigns. I mean, he kind of had to, or it was horrible booking. To me, I wonder what they're going to do, because I think we can all agree I would hope we can all agree. My WrestleMania matches right now are Stephanie McCare versus Liv Morgan. Maybe you could throw Becky Lynch in there for the triple threat. I think that's the match, and I think it's Liv Morgan winning the Royal Rumble to do that, and she re-debuts in the Royal Rumble. But there's a second match that I think is pretty much all but confirmed. But do they do it earlier and then add somebody else, like a Flair, like a Rhea? I don't know. My favorite to win is Bianca Belair, but Bianca won last year. So that's the thing that I'm thinking about, is maybe Bianca's going to win the Rumble. Maybe she debuts through the Rumble as well as a Liv Morgan, and then maybe Liv Morgan wins the Chamber. I think that makes sense as well. I think Bianca is loved by Saudi as well. I mean, she was one that actually talked at Saudi for Saudi, so maybe that's a hint that they thought she could win the Royal Rumble and they had plans for that. But also I think they were planning to have Bianca come back a little earlier, so maybe that wasn't the initial plan. But I really do believe that Bianca, Liv, those are my two favorites to win stuff. So are you going to let Bianca win Elimination Chamber 2 times in a row? Now here's the thing. If that happens, it feels like Bianca should win the title from Jade Cargill, but I don't think they're going to go that route. So I'm going to mention this and say that this is a hypothetical we have to think about, and it's starting to creep some doubt on Liv Morgan winning the Royal Rumble, even though I think it should happen. But Bianca Belair, gotta mention, and I think it's Bianca or Liv. It's just which one. It really is are they going to give Bianca Belair the Chamber win 2 times in a row? Or are they going to let Bianca win the Royal Rumble and then Liv win the Chamber? Or, I got to be honest with you, does Liv win anything anymore? Or are they going to go a full different route with, like I said, a Becky Lynch, a Rhea Ripley? I don't know. So that's it for the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Tell me what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you. Goodbye.